All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Unprepared. Today, I'm welcoming to the show yet another Columbus, Ohioan, Tony from Iron Pulley. How are you doing today?
I'm doing awesome, Chase. Thank you. Great to be here.
Alrighty, so just real quickly, what is Iron Pony good at? And then let's just dive in deep with the awesomeness that just came out with this for-pay with Shopify.
Sure. So Iron Pulley is about marketing automation. We typically work with e-commerce companies to help them automate large catalogs and turn them into beautiful ads. And we're extremely excited about the Shopify integration with Affirm, the buy now, pay later. It's really going to be a game changer for everyone.
Awesome. So for buy now, pay later has been around for a while. You've seen it through PayPal. You've seen it through, like, there's Affirm, there's Klarna, there is Sezzle. There's like a lot of products out there in the ecosystem that have been available. And just before, this integration with Google, adding a split pay option or buy now, pay later option was like one of the easier ways to increase your conversion rate. Honestly, it just was a trust signal, and college kids are poor and they want to buy stuff.
Sure.
So that was an easy win. But now you guys have developed a solution to put that sophistication of kind of like that conversion motivator right into the ads.
So just to back up a little bit about all of that, there are a ton of different platforms that have come out, and what's happening with Affirm is they're going to integrate, just like you have Shopify payments brought to you by Stripe. It's going to be Shopify payments brought to you by Affirm. And sometime before November, sometime before Black Friday, it's going to be just exceptionally easy to integrate buy now, pay later into your website, probably at no cost to you. So it's what you have is the ability to lower your price without lowering your profit. And oftentimes you're going to be able to choose how many payments that you offer. You can do this within, so you can set it to 6 weeks or you can set it to 3 years. And there's a number of different options for making payments for customers. So you have that ability to make things more accessible for college kids that have no money. But more importantly, and what we're finding in doing retargeting using installment payment prices is we're finding that it changes how people consider products. So there's a psychology to price, and there's a ton of work that's been done on price psychology. Like, you can go to the Harvard Business Review and read things from back 20 years ago, or you can read about case studies from recently. But price is a huge motivator, and the way the brain works, the way we consider things, we take that price and we make subconscious comparisons. So, for example, say I want to buy a home gym, and the home gym setup is $1,000, or let's make it simpler, $1,200 for my home gym setup. I look at that home gym setup and I say, no, that's just too much money. But if I go back and I think about it as 12 payments of 120, that changes how I think about it. Now I start to compare it to different things. I don't compare it to $1,200 things anymore. I start to compare it to a gym membership that's $120 a month. So, well, I was paying $120 a month for CrossFit, so $1,200 a month, or $1,200 total, or $120 a month for a gym over a year. If I'm paying the same as I would have paid my CrossFit gym, it changes that comparison, changes how you think about it mentally. So what we're finding is when we're doing retargeting using installment, buy now, pay later prices, we're finding that the adoption rate of buy now, pay later actually doesn't change that much, but the conversion rate changes a lot because it changes how people think about that purchase.
Yeah, that's definitely a true consideration with the pricing and just coming up with different offers. Essentially, it's crazy to see how the conversions change, and offers like one of the big pulleys that you can pool within your business. What is the offer? That's one of the big things you can do with your marketing to really change the course of your sales. I do want to highlight something though for those that are unaware of these options in the ecosystem. when you do a situation where you have like a split paid product, let's just call it a $100 product that you're doing for 4 payments, $25, the risk actually is not on you. You can send that product out and you're fine. The risk is now on the product, like the financing solution is now taking all of that risk. They're obviously going to take a bit of a percentage for taking that risk and paying you up front for the full cost of that good, whatever you're selling it for. But you're not going to be stuck in a situation where you sell a $100 product for $25. That's not what's going to happen. You're going to sell it for probably $90, and they're going to assume the risk to collect the rest of it because that's their business model. So just to let people know how these things work a bit more.
Sure. And right now, there's a bigger appetite for that because of just uncertainty. Everybody's uncertain about what's going on right now. So people want to conserve cash, and not everybody feels super secure in their job. So it becomes a calculation where people decide that installment payments are better for them. So there's two sides to that. Again, as the demand for installment payments go up, approval actually goes down. So some of these companies are becoming more strict in who they approve, and that approval just sort of takes place in the background, where these people get an offer right in the cart if they're approved. It's basically a silent check on their credit. Doesn't show up on their credit report. Soft check is what they call it. Soft credit check. Doesn't show up on anybody's credit report, and they do a quick check to show in the cart what those payment options would be for an individual. And again, oftentimes this is at no cost to the retailer.
Yeah, it's so I've seen it. Some of them are like, say you're selling a $100 product, and if you want to split it in 4, they're gonna sell it to you for $110. You know what I mean? Just tack a little bit more on for the end consumer.
So in that case, most of the time, it's not the installment payment company that's taking that margin. It's actually the retailer. So with certain companies, you have an option of making a profit on offering financing. So it depends on who you're working with. You can do this now with Affirm. If you set up Affirm right now through your checkout process and you want to make a little bit of a profit on offering that margin, you can do that, or offering those installment payments.
Right. So the options are countless, endless. I don't know. There's a bunch of different options out there, and I know that we've installed 3 or 4 different solutions in just the past 6 months for clients, depending on their use case and just their vertical that they're in. But let's get back to Google and Shopify's integration with Affirm. Now, what I've heard is you can actually display. This isn't tricky, but it's like you can just display the payment price or the. Explain this better than me.
That's right. So that's what we do. So we work with Affirm. We connect with their API to get those installment prices, the lowest payment price, and then we can do dynamic remarketing with that lowest payment price through Google, through your own Google AdWords, through your own Google Ads account. So what that ends up looking like is the very product that you looked at. You can get a retargeting ad that shows you that product with the Affirm price, which is really cool because we think about retargeting, there's really 2 ways to think about retargeting. One is keeping a product top of mind, and the other is giving you a reason to buy. And so this gives you a reason to buy, a reason to reconsider the product. We do the same thing with Facebook. So we can take that Affirm price and display it in retargeting for Facebook.
That's awesome. If they want to learn more about these awesome API integrations that you're doing in automated remarketing, where do they go? How do they reach out to you?
Just reach out to me at ironpulley.com, Tony at ironpulley.com. You can also find me at LinkedIn, Tony Zara on LinkedIn.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Unprepared is not scripted or edited. When I screw up, it's going live. That might work for this show, but that is no way to run a business. Our partner and sponsor, Rewind, can protect your Shopify store with automated backups and quick and easy recovery. Rewind should be the first app you install on your project to protect your store against human error, misbehaving apps, or collaborators gone bad. It's like having your own magic undo button. Trusted by over 25,000 businesses, from side hustles to the biggest online retailers like Reebok, Gatorade, or Movement watches. Best of all, you can respond to any of their welcome emails and just mention Unprepared this show and get your first month absolutely free.